Salutations to all my Utopians Global here on behalf of Global Utopian Sports. What I'm currently wearing, for those wondering, this is my 24/8 mentality. You can get this on globalutopia.org. We have sleeveless t-shirts, sweaters, collaboration with Champ Sports, and we also have the sports bra for women's edition as well. All right, so obviously, with me wearing this, all things I want to talk about is the city of Los Angeles and the battle between the Clippers and the Lakers. Silent war that has been brewing for quite some time, that is slowly meeting at the top now and at the pinnacle, and it's going to be a straight up war because first and foremost, when Ballmer bought the team, there was this question of, oh, he might be taking it to Seattle. Boy, was that not happening. He has proven to hold up his word. He promised he was not going to go to Seattle, and he's delivered. If anything, he has doubled down and has been spreading his resources all throughout LA County to gain supremacy over this city. First and foremost, the first sign was he got Jerry West, who I consider to be the godfather of all GMs and front office people. There's no mission that he can't complete. For a time, he was even on the Warriors bench. This is the man who drafted Kobe. This is the man who was able to lure Shaq. And so this guy is a brilliant mind. And then following that, they identified who they wanted, which was Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard was an individual that was fresh off a bid with Toronto, bringing them their first championship. He got Kawhi. He asked Kawhi who he want. He said Paul George. They gave up a king's ransom. But what it communicates to players now is when these guys want you, they'll do whatever it takes, and they get the job done with no excuses. He delivered. And in the meantime, the Lakers, wow. I mean, before we even talk about the Ty Lue, it'll segue right back to Clippers. Ty Lue, and the Lakers had got LeBron, but before LeBron, they were out here in such a disaster. First, the brother took over, God rest the dead, DeBus Sr., and that was a debacle. And then to the point where they were paying Mozgov and Lou Aldang, players who weren't even on the roster anymore. They owed them serious amounts of money. Genie took over. They did a lot better. Don't get me wrong, and things have improved. She brought in Magic. Magic recruited LeBron. Big selling point for LeBron was, hey, you come here, you're able to blend in, do your thing. Tinseltown, I know you have a production company, etc., etc. Here's the problem now. Ballmer's like, okay, they got their players, they're winning. For whatever reason, they could not get LeBron Ty Lue. He wanted some guaranteed years post LeBron's career. The Lakers didn't want to grant it. The Clippers did what the Lakers didn't want to do, of course, because they're on all-out war. Who better to hire than the guy who coached him for many years and has had extreme success, case in point, championships. And so they signed him, once again outbidding the Lakers. Now you have this situation where Ballmer's like, interesting, we're competing, we're beating them a lot in the regular season. I want to make a stadium. And so he chooses to be near the airport, near Inglewood, where all the action's happening, where the Olympics is happening. But he's met with great resistance, most notably, ironically, another owner, James Dolan of the New York Knicks, owner of the New York Knicks. And he quickly got that case thrown out. James Dolan owns the Kia Forum, which was formerly known as the Great Western Forum. He alleged that there was a conflict of interest and a non-complete violation. The courts didn't see that way. I'm sure, one guy being in charge of computers, another guy being in charge of Cablevision, definitely, might have tipped the scales a little bit. And so he continues to begin his journey on building. First of all, they're building that stadium at alarming speed. And it's called the Intuit Dome. They have the licensing right. But the location, you're near the beach towns. It's called South Bay. So you got Redondo Beach, Marina del Rey, El Segundo, Playa del Rey. You have first access to all the transients courtesy of LAX. Casino across the street, and then you got two stadiums, and most importantly, you don't have to cross the 405. You got two music stadium venues, and most importantly, you don't have to cross the 405 if you want to watch quality basketball on a Friday, Saturday night. I wonder which one you think you're gonna go with. So now you have this fascinating dynamic, though I will say this offseason, But with Paul George, and what marquee name can you bring in because the lack of availability with your two stars? But you're looking over at the Lakers, and it's like, who are you going to get after LeBron? My understanding is that this is their primary source of the Buss family's primary source of income. Who else is going to be incentivized? When you come to the Lakers, you're taking on the media attention, the frenzy. You have to be relevant, and it's a full-time job. Go to the Clippers. You're near the beach. You got a great location. You don't have to be bothered with all the hoopla. You're the secondary program, at least for right now. Which one sounds more interesting to you moving forward? This town will change on you quick. Okay, I watched this town be Trojan land with Pete Carroll in the Reggie Bush era, where they were basically a machine, and now it's a complete afterthought. They literally put 3 wide receivers in the first round back to back years, and no barely any attention out here. I watched this be a light blue yellow town with UCLA Bruins basketball when it had Russell Westbrook, Kevin Love, Ma Bute, I'm probably butchering his name, Darren Collinson. All these guys were on one team, got dismantled by Derrick Rose and CDR, Chris Douglas Roberts. You don't see people rocking UCLA Bruins unless you go there. The Oakland Raiders, ain't no more of that. They got people wearing the Rams gear. They got a championship. Why would they waste their time? The Chargers don't even get acknowledged. The time that Baron Davis was with the Clippers, there was before Lob City, there was a whole bunch of red, white, and blue jerseys everywhere when they had Elton Brand and the Caveman, Chris Kaman. Mike Dunleavy Sr. was the coach. Lob City, don't even get me started. Lob City, wow. That is going to be forever ingrained into the history of the NBA, regardless of whether they won rings. They were legendary great. That's why there is all that animosity, because there's a lot of hurt. They know that potential. They know they'll forever, regardless of outcome, be ingrained in the city. In fact, and the crazy part is the Lakers fired Phil Jackson after winning a championship because they wanted to play Showtime basketball similar to what the Clippers were doing. It's just they have been getting off being the bigger name, the flashier name for so long. But I remember listening to Dwayne Wade one time. He was asked, LeBron or Jordan, and he said, one day the conversation will begin. Every player will be compared to LeBron because nobody's going to remember Jordan. And we're embarking on an era right now in LA where people are saying, as basketball fans, we're embarking, where no one cares about what you did before. No one cares about the past. Times change. Everything is meant to, things go in with seasons. What have you done lately? Who are you going to lure? That's going to be of equivalent value that you're going to be able to keep this steam going, this brand going. It's a reset button happening. And if I'm resetting, which one seems more appealing to you? I don't got to go to downtown. I don't got to go through the 405. I got this founder of Microsoft. Lord knows what kind of advanced technology he's going to be putting in those stadiums that other stadiums don't have. It's one of the co-founders of Microsoft. What seems more interesting to you? So stay tuned. It's quiet, it's very subtle, but the future is very interesting. It feels like we're going through a fast crash landing of a Lakers era, a Lakers dynasty, and we're seeing a launching pad of a new era, of a new team in LA who's going to be the face of the city. Stay tuned. Global Utopia out.